Hey, I'm Ted. Welcome. Sometimes we talk about whitewater. Lately we've been talking a lot about converting the school bus because that's going to take us to the whitewater. But today we're going to talk about shoulder recovery, maybe the road to shoulder recovery. I had rotator cuff surgery yesterday, so I will be on the DL for a couple months. But I know a lot of boaters, probably I bet a dozen, that either complain and talk about shoulder pain or have had shoulder surgery, rotator cuff surgery. So, and I know many people debate about should I do it or not, or what's the issue. And so I thought I'd give you updates along my road to recovery in case it helps you make a decision about whether you want to do that or not. So I think it started for me in high school. I was a wrestler, and I remember one match, hurting the shoulder pretty badly. Missed a couple weeks, not too bad, missed a couple weeks of the season, but came back and it seemed to be fine. And then playing men's league hockey 30 years later, crashed on the boards and hurt again. But it always seemed to go away. It would hurt and then it would recover. And then last winter, I spent 2 weekends, splitting wood pretty aggressively. It's like, oh, I had a bunch of wood I wanted to get split, and so the shoulder started hurting again and it never really went away. So I got close to the boating season. I was starting to get pretty nervous, so I went to tried a Rolfer first, deep tissue massage that I had, and when I had hip and hamstring tightness, the Rolfer was amazing. And so I tried with my shoulder, and I got the range of motion back, but the pain didn't go away. So then I went to the orthopedic doctor and suggested, had x-rays, no bone issues, tried a cortisone shot and physical therapy for about 4 months. So I started that in April, kind of went through July, started guiding in May and June, and it kind of bothered me guiding, and it really bothered me kayaking, and that was kind of the problem. Especially playboating, like rolling, was really, really painful, and so that became kind of a problem. So I finished up the season, didn't do a lot of playboating, more sort of just river running, and then went back to the doctor for an MRI in September and found out that I had a partial tear of my rotator cuff. Also had some arthritis in there, but the doctor didn't think it was the arthritis was really the big issue. It was the torn rotator cuff. So I scheduled surgery for yesterday and went in, and yeah, sure enough, had rotator cuff surgery. And then the labrum was kind of torn up a little bit, so cleaned that up a little bit, as well as stitched up the tear in the rotator cuff. So I'm going to talk a little bit about, so that was yesterday, and came home, felt pretty good. I really tried to limit, I don't like the oxy drugs, but I ended up taking, one as I went into surgery, and then 2 last night, just I thought it'd make me sleep easier. And I was super comfortable, didn't feel any pain, but boy, I just didn't sleep. Kind of laid there for an hour. But so I got my fancy dancy little, what are they thing called? A sling with my rubber ball. I'm supposed to squeeze this rubber ball quite a bit. And I'm on this sling for 4 weeks. Pretty much doing everything in it, and then I've got exercises that I can do. I'll show you those in a second. And I also have, oops, I lost the ball. I don't know if you can see down here, my fancy, fancy dancy socks here, compression socks so I don't get any blood clots. Ola's really interested in it, so I have to wear those. Until Friday, and also can't shower until Friday. I'll take off the bandages until Friday, so I'll come back with an update then. So right now I'm allowed 2 exercises. I can take off the sling, and I can drop my arm to my side and just spin this 3 to 4 times. 3, 4. I have to keep my elbow down to my side, and I'm only supposed to do that 4 times a day. Wicked exciting. And my other physical therapy activity I'm allowed to do right now is lay on this table and dangle my arm and make little circles for 3 to 4 minutes. I have to go halfway counterclockwise and gradually get bigger, and then go counterclockwise or clockwise, I don't know, one way than the other. Actually feels kind of good being cramped up in that sling. I also have basically an ice pack that I put on. Supposed to have it
2 hours on, 2 hours off, or 3 hours on, 3 hours off, something like that. So I've been doing that as well. But the swelling actually hasn't been that bad. I can go a little bit bigger now. Probably accelerate this. Should have been counting. Boy, my floors are dirty. Made Christmas trees last week, so Christmas wreaths. Made it kind of.
All right, so that's where I am right now. Again, yesterday was Tuesday surgery. Today is Wednesday, and then the next step is Friday. So I'll give you another update on Friday and see how it goes. So I'm going to be a pretty compliant patient because I'm excited to get back on the water with y'all in the spring, especially in my new boat. So until next time, we'll see you on the river.